Looks like I'm on. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. Hello everyone, I'm Robert, that guy you met today. If we haven't met, go ahead and scroll to my YouTube videos and let's get to know each other. I'm back live streaming again today. Well, I'm talking to no one right now, so I'm gonna give it a little while for folks to show up, and then I just want to have another talk with you guys today. So. And well, I guess for anyone watching the replay, I'm gonna do a little Q&A, but today I want to kind of give you a little insight into my life outside of vlogging. I guess my regular everyday life. So we're actually gonna pick through my Facebook photos. I got a new encoder that lets me actually put up like a screen grab of whatever I have in my web browser window, so that's what I'm going to be doing for you guys. So I'll just wait until there's a couple people in here, and then we'll get started. If you're watching right now, say hello, say what's up. I'm always curious who's watching this stuff, so especially my early squad. I notice that I get about 10 to 15 views on videos almost immediately when I put them out, and I'm always curious exactly who those folks are. So if you're seeing this, let me know. And while I'm waiting, I'm going to go ahead and test out my capture thing here. Hey, it works, I think. Awesome. Sweet. Alright, that's good to know. First time doing this, guys, so bear with me. And I just realized that I probably need to change a setting on that. Which I'm going to do right now. I apologize. I'm learning how to do this live streaming thing as I go. So I'm sorry if I'm boring you horribly. Just stick with me for a minute. Okay. And what I had to do, I don't know if any of you out there have YouTube channels. The live streaming thing will basically allow you to use multiple video sources. And what I was trying to do is set up one for my web browser window or I have two web browser windows. One actually has my YouTube live stream thing where I can see the chat window, and then I have another one open with my Facebook. So, yeah, well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just get started. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm just going to kind of start at my wedding photos, which was in July of 2013. There's a little bit more hesitation I probably had about the date. So it was July 2013. And I guess I'll just kind of show you what we've got there, talk a little bit about who's in the pictures, because there's a lot of people that you're going to see right now that you've either never seen in the vlog for a number of reasons that we'll talk about, or I don't know, just some interesting people, I guess, that are a big part of our lives sort of behind the scenes. So I'm going to go ahead and hop over to that right now. Okay, here's my Facebook. And please let me know if you can't hear me while I'm switched over. It's telling me that I have audio going through, but I'm not sure. Don't be shy. Okay, so I know you can't see my cursor, but I'm going to click on this picture. Aww. And my internet might be struggling here, but this is that moment you may kiss your bride. Uh, Unarguably the best day of my life. I'm going to be really embarrassed if wifey is watching this. So yeah, we actually got married at our friend's house, and her house kind of had like a courtyard thing, and that's where we got married. So this is that moment. Why did I say 20? Why did I say 2013? 2012? Did we get married in 2012? Huh. Okay, well I'll deal with that later. That's pretty bad. We'll move this. This is somebody that you guys have seen a few times. This is Sharon and me and wifey. So this is also well, this is right after the wedding. Now here's something. Here's someone that you haven't seen before, and I really wish you could see my mouse so I could point. But the guy in the black jacket that's standing in there, he was actually the best man at our wedding, and you don't see him in any vlogs because not long after we got married, him and I had, I don't know if a falling out is the right word or not, but for all intents and purposes, there's basically a falling out. And the reasons why are kind of complicated, but let's just say it ultimately had to do with a girl. And it's pretty unfortunate because he is somebody that I was friends with in high school, and that I was friends with uh, during a really awkward time in my life. Um, he really kind of helped me get through that, and he was a really good friend during that time. And it's kind of unfortunate that we had uh, that falling out because he really was a great friend. His name, well, I guess I'll leave his name out of it, but yeah, it's unfortunate. And then the woman in the, I guess it kind of looks pink to me, dress is a really, really, really great friend. It was actually wifey's former employer. She did home health care, and she took care of their son who has a terminal illness. And they are just the greatest people. Absolutely just the greatest people. And we got married at their house. So I'm going to switch back over. Let's see. More from my wedding. Nope. Okay. These folks, the lady to the right is Amberly, and then her husband, whose name is escaping me, is on my left. But he actually married us. Oh God, I feel bad that his name is completely escaping me right now. But Amberly, I actually, on my first job out of college, she was actually my boss. So, uh, yeah, I mean, I it's difficult to explain that one to be completely honest, but she was my boss at one point. We kind of both ended up getting laid off of that job roughly the same time. I was probably there about 3 months longer than her, but she's just I just loved her to death, and her husband is a justice of the peace and did the I do's for us. All right, let's scooting ahead. Now here is a picture that I love. It's probably my favorite picture from our wedding. And I'm really, it's a shame that there aren't more people here to see this picture, because if there's something that really kind of defines, sort of sums up who I am as a person and why I am the way I am, is this lady you're about to see right now. Switch back over. This is my grandmother, and specifically, this is my mother's mother. Uh, Her real name is Annie, but I've always called her, my entire life I've called her Granny. She is my hero. Absolutely 100% my hero. And it was really great that she was able to come out. In this picture, I guess something that's kind of sad is that since then, her health has kind of declined, especially in the mental uh, area. She was diagnosed with, I guess, an early stage of Alzheimer's, um, and currently is actually in a rehabilitation center because she fell at home and broke her leg. Um, I don't speak about her in the vlog because I kind of like I'm getting upset just thinking about it right now. But it's one of those things where people, there's people in your life that you grow up with, and you grow up feeling like those people are invincible. Like they'll just kind of always be that person that they were when you were a kid or growing up. And it's just kind of one of those folks that, for me, the thought of her really getting old and getting frail is just something that I've only recently had to deal with. But anyway, this picture is just definitely one of my favorites from that day. Moving on. Scooch up here a little bit. This picture is right after our wedding. This was kind of, well, not kind of, this was our reception. This was absolutely our reception. Yeah, we went to a Mexican place and got tequila shots. It was so much fun. I should mention, by the way, that our wedding uh, cost a total, with food and everything, was about $275. I don't think we spent, I'm almost certain we didn't spend $300 on our entire wedding. So this is our shots. Let's see. Moving right along. Here, I guess I'll show you the window as I'm scrolling through it. Here's one. These are two good friends of mine that I actually worked with when I worked at Target in Savannah. The girl in the middle, her name is Daisy. I absolutely love her to death. She was one of my employees there, and then the guy was actually, his name was Robbie, and he was actually the pharmacist at that Target. And I think it was a party that Daisy was having, but those are just two really great people. They don't live in Georgia anymore, so that's why you haven't seen them, but I definitely adore both of those folks. Let's keep on moving. This picture, I'm sure you recognize the girl in that photo. That photo is actually from probably 2004 or 2005, of me and Tiffany in my old car at a Sonic, and we just happened to be twinning that day. It was really it was really ridiculous. It was super ridiculous, guys. But yeah, I've still got that picture. A lot of fun. This picture is from a party that my parents had for us right after our wedding. Because sort of how we ended up having to do things. There's a lot of people that couldn't come, and it was out of town. And so my parents had a little party, and then we were cutting the cake. So that was great. And also wearing my work shirt. I'm sure I worked that day in Savannah, and then we drove to Macon. So that was still a lot of fun. Scrolling on up. Uh-oh, some baby pictures. We'll get there in a second. All right, so this little fuzzball is Riker, and this is the day that we got him. Uh, he's such a poof, and little did I know that this shy little thing that was in the little pen with the other dogs would end up being this rambunctious little thing. But this was the day that we got him. All right, baby pictures. Uh-oh. So this is me and my cousin Tiffany, and this is another situation where it's kind of weird, but we don't talk, and I really couldn't tell you why. There's this weird thing with my family where it's like this huge segment of my family just doesn't talk to each other, and I'm not really entirely sure why. I don't get it. There's something that goes beyond my caring, quite frankly, that I guess happened between my parents and their siblings, and it's just a whole mess. But she and I, at one time, were very close, actually, because we're very close in age. Uh, our ages are only a couple weeks apart. But anyway, that's my cousin. Here is another picture of me. Not entirely sure how old I was in that picture. But yeah, that's another one of me. I think this might be when we lived in Mississippi. We lived when I was little. We lived in Jackson, Mississippi, in Meridian, Mississippi. I'm not entirely sure how long we lived in both places. It wasn't very long, but I'm thinking that's where this is. Um, so it's probably maybe 2 or 3 in that picture, maybe. Scooching on through. Fast forwarding way, way ahead is get the picture to come up. Is this picture from St. Patrick's Day 2013 of me and Tiffany. I'm sure this is right before a long afternoon of beer drinking in downtown Savannah. So, yeah, I like that picture. True story, the hat that Tiffany's wearing, she actually basically stole from this kid. Well, I shouldn't say kid, but this guy on a cruise that we went on probably a year earlier. Uh, she was just like, "Hey, I like that hat," and then took it from him, and then she still got it. It's that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Moving on. There's like this weird delay in my clicking and then video actually coming up. Oh, now here's another one of my favorite pictures. Wifey and the dogs. So you just saw the picture of Riker before. That would be the poofy one. And then the dog that I'm not sure that you guys have seen at all, Seven, is the brown one. And just love them both. Seven is a bit damaged. She was rescued from the Humane Society, and she has these really, really intense, we call it separation anxiety, and just anxiety issues, period. And it kind of, it basically makes her a handful most of the time. Uh, but I mean, I love that dog to death, and she can just be a handful at times. And that's probably a lot of the reason why you don't see her too much, because generally when she's involved, I don't really have time to do anything else because I'm generally having to keep an eye on her. But it's okay. I kind of knew, or I really did know what I was getting myself into when I adopted her, and that's okay. I wouldn't have her any other way. Moving on. Here's another one of those pictures. This is a family photo. This is a good number of my family. I'm just going to go from right to left. That would be me, all the way to the right. In front of me, slightly to the left, is my cousin Ebony, who y'all have seen several times. Behind her is actually my dad. Right to Ebony's left is her mom, which is my dad's sister. Slightly behind her, to the left, is my uncle, who's my dad's brother. Right in front of him is my cousin Tiffany, who was in that baby picture you saw a while ago. A little bit behind her is her brother, Theo, who, while he's taller than everyone else, is actually the youngest one in the picture. And then slightly over to the left, or all the way over to the left, is Alex, who is Tiffany's slightly younger brother. With the exception of my dad and Ebony and her mom, we don't talk to any of the other ones, and that's unfortunate for the same reasons before. Hopefully that'll change. Moving on up. A picture of some drone stuff that I built. This is a picture from a cruise that Wifey and I went on. What year was that? 2013. I could have sworn that was the next year, but I guess not. So yeah, this is our cruise that we went on, and it was a lot of fun. Really miss being able to cruise, because I said in the live stream the other day that cruising is like my absolute favorite thing to do. Like, when I say that I absolutely love cruising, like, I mean, I really love it. And unfortunately, it just hasn't been in the cards financially for us, for obvious reasons. But I don't know. That one was really fun. Ebony went with us as well. Just keep on scrolling. Now it's giving me some trouble. Okay, well, I guess I won't keep going then. Okay. And now my stream health is starting to act up. Well, how about this? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and split this up. And I'm going to come back this afternoon, and then we'll go through that. That'll give me some time to... I'm starving. I need to go and grab some food anyway. That'll give me some time to figure out this streaming problem. And then maybe it'll be a better time for folks to come and watch as well, because I realize that it is 1 in the afternoon right now. So at least my time. So To the couple of folks that showed up, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully you'll join me this afternoon. I'm going to go ahead and schedule that for about 3 o'clock, or maybe 4. I'll be scheduling the next stream on this so you know exactly what time. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Appreciate it. And stop.